our athletes. So they are coming on the plane, and it has proven cheaper for the government, to support them in that way, as compared to having the games in, for example, Papua New Guinea, where clearly it involves a lot more flying, and I don't think our government will be able to afford a number as big as this for the games. I also believe it's not because we are not committed, but I think it's mainly because of the backing that we have is not sufficient for our athletes.
So we're going to cut the ball back towards the penalty area. So who's going to score this time?
It is also the only country that has no women to participate in the games.
We have very good athletes, but I gathered that it was some administrative deficiencies that our administrators were unable to submit the required forms at the closing date, and hence the women athletes lost out because of that.
The games, which is to be held in Suva, capital city of the Fiji Islands, will feature about 4,000 athletes participating in 32 sporting events.
I'm not in a good position to say who's going to win this South Pacific game. It's anybody's game. But I think Fiji has the higher probability to win this South Pacific game because of this good sport facilities, because this game will be playing on the home ground and they've got a lot of support. But I still believe and I hope that Solomon Island I have a high hope Solomon is going to win this South Pacific game despite the ethnic tension that we've been through. But I still have a high hope for my own country, Solomon Island.
Oh, this year's South Pacific game, I think Fiji gonna win. Because first of all, they are playing in their home country, or home ground. And secondly, they've got some good bunch of athletes like Makele Simbul Kiombo, Israel Nekel Kelvesi, and many others. And thirdly, they've been preparing very well throughout the year.
Who else? The Cook Island. I believe that the Cook Island is going to win the South Pacific Games because, there's a lot of good athletes coming over, and if they put their strengths together, they're going to do it. Like what we say back home, kia toa, which means have strength, be challenging. So, the Cook Islands, number one.
The University of the South Pacific and 3 other schools, Suva Grammar, Veyuto and Cathedral Secondary School, will be used as main villages for athletes and officials. The games will also host a lot of cultural activities and performances as well.
I think that the 2003 South Pacific Games is going to be very different. Because of our multi-ethnicity, you're going to be able to see the people who are the people of Fiji. So in the unity and diversity agenda, we're going to be having concerts and cultural presentations all over the city. We've got 3 main venues. One is the SPG Mall, which is adjacent to the National Stadium and right opposite the multi-purpose hall at Lauvala Sport City. We've got another venue, which is Sakuna Park, which is right in the heart of Suva City. And that particular venue will hold 9 whales, and those whales will be the homes of the people of Tuvalu or Kioa, of Rambi, Indian communities here in Fiji, the Chinese community, Tongan, Samoan, we also have the Melanesian, and we have the Vasu, who are people like me of mixed race, or the Hafkasi. And then we'll have one that will hold a mixture of different people and groups. Then at the Suva Civic Auditorium, we will have entertainment there twice a day at 12:30 and at 7:30. The top groups in Fiji, the best groups in Fiji, and the best groups from around the Pacific will be there.
There will also be special programs like adopting a country to celebrate sport and culture through education.
A lot of them have already had their flag raising ceremonies, and those Pacific Island countries who have their own high commissions or embassies here have gone to the flag raising ceremonies. So the flags of the two countries, Fiji and Nauru, Federated States of Micronesia, the Marshall Islands, etc., Kiribati, they're all flying in these different schools. And the programs that have been put in place for the children are absolutely astronomical. I think that that's one of the most successful programs of the South Pacific Games preparations for the fact that it's a legacy. You know, we're leaving behind for the children a much greater appreciation of our Pacific Island neighbors, a much greater vision and also absorption of Pacific Island affairs, not only to do with socio-economic development, but also their culture and tradition. So we find that the Adopt a Country program is really a very exciting one and has already started and is very strong.
In addition to all of these is the Torch Relay, another community spiritual program for the first time in history.
The Torch Relay theme is One Fiji, and I think it was quite appropriate. I'm also part of the organizing committee as manager of special programs, and the Torch Relay is the first time that's ever been done in a South Pacific Games program. The torch is something that was lit by our president, His Excellency, the Ratu Josefa Iloilo. That was lit at the place where it was historically reported that the first Fijians landed. That was in Visese, so we thought it was quite appropriate. The torch is taking 40 days to go around Fiji. 40 is a very significant number because this is the 40th year of the celebration of the South Pacific Games, which of course was started from an SPC meeting 40 years ago.
The South Pacific Games is the largest regional sporting event for the South Pacific countries. It is our equivalent of the Olympics. Such regional gatherings, besides providing most readily accessible source of international competition in sports, helps create bonds of kinship, friendship, brother and sisterhood amongst all nations. And more importantly, it brings our people and our youths together as they join hands to ensure a successful 2003 South Pacific Games. So for all of you who are coming to Fiji, Fiji awaits you with her open arms. Fiji opened her doors and has prepared for this very, very important event. Remember, it's not just Fiji's game because it is the host. It is our games, the South Pacific Games. It is our 40th anniversary, and Fiji looks forward to you all coming and ensure that this is the best and that we are the Pacific at its best.
Welcome to Suva for the Games of 2003. Welcome to Suva for the Games of 2003.
The spirit of the games is eternal. Its flame is a symbol that challenges our finest to come together in the spirit of competition and the spirit of peace. The South Pacific Games Suva 2003.
Welcome to Suva for the Games of 2003.
Mai reina na lomani koro dawindiri ebe ngau na tau toko minutu na kavi e na tomba kosuva wanga wanga na dinan duiroka na lomani kono yambeta na sala aurui goro goro vakatangi wasibie memela totoka veiau e na tomba kosuva wanga wanga na tinan duiroka na lomani koro yambeta na sala aurui ngorongoro vakatangi wasivie memela totoka veiau mai reina na lomani koro dawindiri ebe ngau na tau
Matakanim daw yan ra Batiningaw ni sala Tamata e rawan ra Nongu tueke Singa kei nambongi Aula ko sesetu Mositu nayango Yalo talenga Nonggumbu laerui Lolo bira